Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat and welcome to PTSOnline. Kuya Mike po sa araw na ito. We have something new that we're cooking up. That's a pun, cooking up. Sa araw na ito, we're going to be looking at a group of individuals who not only have concocted something new, siguro hindi na siguro new ito. The original thing here is the name or the brand of what we call Chi-Khan Inasal. Who are the people behind it? Why did they do it? And what do we expect sa Chi-Khan Inasal? Welcome today, mga kasama po natin, si Nanay Malu, si Amir, and Carlo. How are you doing?
Hello.
Kamusta po?
Okay lang, mabuti.
Amir?
Very
Good?
good.
Carlo? Good? Okay. I want to sort of just ask individually, one by one. The conversation will be part by part. Tapos bigla akong babalik sa inyo. Huwag kayong magbibigla. So sa araw na ito, we're gonna be talking about si Nanay. Nanay, matagal ka na rito?
Matagal na.
Gaano katagal na po?
1991 pa.
Wow! Halos magkasing... Hindi naman magkasing edad.
Hindi.
Nay, pumasok po kayo dito as an OFW.
Yes.
Tell us your story. Taga saan po kayo sa atin?
Antipolo, Rizal.
Okay.
And then, 2 years ako nag-DH.
Okay.
And then, nakapag-asawa ako ng Pakistani.
Okay. So from there, of course, from being an OFW,
Yes.
naging residente po kayo.
Residente.
What were you doing then?
Sa bahay lang.
Sa bahay lang.
Sa bahay
Sa bahay lang
Kasi
talaga.
Muslim.
Oo
Need
nga
to
pala,
stay,
no?
yeah.
Predominantly
Yes, yes.
male dominating society. Ang
Yes.
ano. So, of course, from there, nagkaroon po kayo ng supling.
Yeah.
Ang supling nyo si Amir,
Yes.
right? So, Amir, how old are you now?
I'm 26.
Wow, okay. So, it's a mix between South Asian and Filipino,
Yes.
right? So, how did you grow up as far as mixing those two cultures are concerned?
So growing up, I was actually given the choice if I could choose the religion of Muslim
Uh-huh.
or Catholic.
Okay,
And in the end, I chose Catholic.
okay.
But the group of friends that I kept with me are a mixture of Pakistanis, Indians, and Filipinos.
Well, it seems that yung Pakistani, Indian, at Filipino have a really great culture, di ba? Parang, it's a great fit. Am I right to say that?
Yes, very right.
Very right.
We go well together.
Okay.
And we share the same interests. We play basketball together. We play cricket together.
Filipinos playing cricket? Oh, anyway.
Maybe just me then.
But hindi ka naman nahirapan in terms of trying to balance both cultures.
At first, yes, I was having a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first I was actually trying to be Muslim.
Mhm.
So pumupunta ako sa mosque,
Mhm.
trying to study the Quran.
Mhm.
Pero for me lang, I think I found my spark when I went to church.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. So nakita nyo po, we got family, mom, and the son. Now, we bring the best friend. BFF coming your way right here, right at the corner. Okay.
Thank you, Kuya Mike, for having me.
Oh,
Oh,
our pleasure. So, Carlo, how did you get into this picture? I mean, both of you grew up together, really?
Well, yes, technically yes, because bali Kuya Mike nagsabay kami nag-high school.
Okay.
And that's the time that we actually meet up. No, not meet up, but that's the time when we introduced ourselves as as classmates at first. And then after we graduated, that time we were hindi pa kami gaano ka-close noon. But after graduation and after pagkabalik ko ng Hong Kong from Philippines studying college, that was the time when I get to reconnect with Amir because it was basically parang kumbaga tadhana kasi nung nasa Jardine kami pareho, it was on this time that we were
Working together.
Working together, and actually it was on the first day of the application, and that was the day that I just saw him. It's like I knew this guy, and he was like, "Oh, I knew you too." You know, so that's.
So doon na nag-umpisa yung connection nyo, and from then it just evolved.
It just evolved afterwards, yeah.
Okay.
And then we moved from that company and then to another airport company. So I hooked him up, and it just kept on going basically. So yeah, that's how I basically entered into the picture, and thank God for Amir giving his trust on me and as a friend. So that's basically how it just kept on going.
Well, that has gone a long way. No, it's not anymore just friendship. It's a partnership now,
Yes,
right?
I would say.
Now let's go back to Nay. Nay, how was Amir when he was growing up?
Actually, mahilig sa manok.
Okay, well, there you go, the history.
Yes.
Diyan ho kami namamaalam. Tapos na po. Go ahead, Nay.
Mahilig sa manok, pero hindi naman marunong magluto.
Okay, so ano yung paano yun? Kasi siyempre, kayo po ang di ba? Kayo po yung
Ay, ako
nag-aalaga
yung-
talaga sa
Yeah.
kanya, di ba? Does he have any siblings? May mga kapatid po siya?
Isa,
Okay.
mayroon siya, dalawa lang sila.
Okay.
Guys, mahilig talaga sila sa manok.
Okay.
Tapos itlog. Yan lang, itlog, sausage, manok. Pero yung sausage niya, manok pa rin.
Kasi hindi nga po pwede sa bahay, di ba? Na, kumbaga pork, hindi pa pwede sa bahay. Hindi pa
po
pwede
pwede.
talaga.
Okay.
No? So, hindi siya talaga nagluluto?
Hindi
Hindi
nga
talaga siya
marunong-
nagluluto?
Hindi siya
So, hindi
marunong.
ba kayo na parang, now, this is where the relationship between Chi-Khan Inasal and Amir is. Paano na nangyari po yun? Kasi hindi naman siya nagluluto eh.
Ang umpisa kasi niya, itong nagkaroon ng COVID.
Okay.
So, nawalan ako ng trabaho.
Okay.
Rin siya, no pay leave.
Mhm.
Sabi niya, try kaya natin inasal.
Okay.
Kasi mahilig siya magpaluto sa akin ng inasal noon.
Okay.
Ayun sabi ko, yung manugang ko, siya nag-decide silang dalawa. Sige, business natin. Hanggang Colon Bay, Enchoy Hong lang.
Doon lang, doon sa
Doon
location lang yun. So meron lang talagang lugar na kayong magbebenta.
Malapit lang sa amin.
Ayun,
Colon Bay,
para mas
Enchoy
madaling
Hong.
kumbaga i-deliver, ganon.
Ganon, mga 30, 20. And then, marami nagre-request
Okay.
na sa Central daw.
Oo. Nadalhin.
Nadalhin,
Okay.
mag-deliver din doon. Sabi ko, hindi natin kaya yan.
Kasi masyadong malayo.
Malayo.
Oo.
Tsaka maramihan. So,
Okay.
hindi ko kaya yun sa...
So yung lumalabas noon, home cook lang talaga muna
Talagang
siya.
sa bahay.
Pambahay lang talaga.
Pambahay lang.
So kumbaga sa hindi bulto-bulto, tingi-tingi lang talaga. Kung
Talagang-
sino lang mag-order, ganun
Yeah,
lang.
ganun lang.
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday lang talaga.
Okay, Amir, nabuko ka na ha. Hindi ka pala marunong magluto. Paano nag-umpisa yung love mo sa inasal?
Ooh, we'll have to go back 5 years.
Okay.
That is the time when I graduate school na, and
Okay.
I can finally travel from Manila to Philippines.
Okay.
So mahilig ako umuwi ng Pinas dahil sa shout out to my ex-girlfriend.
Shout out! Shout out lang ha, shout out lang. Okay, go ahead.
Dahil sa kanya, she took me to Mang Inasal, and
Okay.
I just fell in love with Mang.
Okay, you fell in love with the Anli rice or you fell in love with the chicken talaga?
With the chicken talaga. I was not really fan of the rice.
Okay, so from there, it just triggered.
It just triggered like, this is it. This is what.
And it triggered your fascination in cooking too.
It didn't start there.
Okay,
So
tell us the story.
So every time I go to the Philippines, I'll take my mom, I'll take my lola, I'll take my whole family. Sasabihin ko sa kanila, tara, Mang Inasal tayo, libre ko, tara, tara. And we go for party, we have like 10 people group in Mang Inasal.
Okay, okay.
And then when I come back to Hong Kong, I will miss it a lot and I'll feel so sad. And minsan nga, actually, this is true story, I messaged Mang Inasal. I said, please, can you come to Hong Kong?
So actually start something here.
Yeah. I asked
Okay.
them that, and they're like, soon, one day. And then I guess it just took so long. I'm like, you know what? I think I'll just do it myself.
Wow. So you actually brought that passion of yours to turn it into something called Chi-Khan Inasal. And I tell you, when I heard that
Yeah.
name, I just had to say, what? Initially, it was late at night, and of course, DJ Jin told me about it. I said, what's the relationship? What? Mang Inasal coming over? And I didn't really connect it yet until the next morning when I say, wow. Then that's where I found out the correlation between the chicken, which is your love and favorite, at of course, sabi ni Nanay, yung itlog, kasama na natin, di ba? And that particular thing, your last name, which is Khan, it's Khan, that's something original. Did you just think about that off the bat?
I was with my colleagues at work, and we were just brainstorming, like, hey, I want to do chicken. And they're like, hey, your last name is Khan, right? Chi-Khan. There we go. Done.
That's definitely off the bat. Okay, so from there, of course, it wasn't a glorious occasion right away, was it?
It wasn't.
Mm.
Of course, there were challenges coming to the stage I am in right now. Um, the first part is, of course, it was in the middle of COVID, and it was difficult to market and put my brand out there because there's other stuff people are selling. Actually, I started with leche flan.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I started with leche flan, and I was walking around Black Man.
Oh,
And it's
that's what
just-
you did.
It's so embarrassing. Oh my god. You know.
Hey, look.
kasi-
It's a decent way of living.
yeah. So I was just walking around with my bags of leche flan, like, hello po, gusto nyo leche flan? And they just look at me and look down, like, oh no.
Okay.
And I went home with everything back. So I just thought I have to do something that's not easily that's something you can easily find in Hong Kong. And I love Inasal, and I was speaking to some of the OFWs. Ano yung masarap dito? Ano yung talaga gusto nyo?
Nakainin.
And they're like, try nyo Inasal. I said, that's my plan actually. Sige, gawin ko na lang.
So you went through that, and of course, let's segue it to Carlo. Carlo, when, of course, Amir brought it out to you, what was your thought?
Actually, it was pretty original. You know, I mean, yeah, we have a lot of varieties of food. Marami pong mga pwedeng pagpilian. We say like adobo, mechado. We have different types of varieties here in Hong Kong, and they are incredible. Now, with Bilal's specialty here, it's inasal, it's ihaw, and it's something that, well, actually, what he told me is not a lot of people have actually perfected it yet.
True.
In a way where it drives customers to taste this type of cooking. So now that's the fascination that I look into most. Na talagang binigyan ko ng thought. Dito, Kuya Mike, is like really, it's he has his own recipe. Let's go with it.
Okay,
And that was my-
this is good timing now, because when you found out that he was starting it and you actually tasted it, this is the preliminary stage, Amir, okay? So I'm not rocking the boat too much, I'm just telling you. So what was your thought nung unang luto niya?
Nung unang luto niya, Kuya Mike, well, I just okay siya. It's really it's really homemade.
Okay.
Yeah, yun yung specialty nun.
Okay.
Kasi yeah, it's made from home, and bali nung pinatikim niya sa akin yung unang test na. It's well, tasted really well. I think maybe if I get to compare, because Mang Inasal is, we believe it's mass productive right now. It's almost losing its taste on the homemade side. You know?
Okay, so kasi fast food siya, di ba? Fast food siya.
Exactly. So it's understandable, but then how he presented it, it was off the bat. It was just really fresh and yeah, homemade.
So may personal touch siya. Nay, hindi ka ba nabigla nung sinabi niya, nag-umpisa na kayo ng Mang Inasal, nung nag-formulate na siya, di ba? Tapos lumabas na siya, kumbaga, technically, mula sa tingi-tingi, dumami na siya. Right? So, paano yung feeling mo nun as being nanay?
Siyempre, natatakot din ako kasi sabi ko, saan tayo kukuha ng, kasi kailangan yun dahil yung gas ko.
Oo.
Ako na
Puhunan.
puhunan.
Oo.
Sabi niya gano'n, ako nang bahala doon. Sabi niya, magtitingin ako ng shop sa worldwide kasi kailangan talaga sa central. Mas maraming customer doon. And then, sabi niya na lang na meron na siyang nakuha. Yung dati niyang manager. Pumayag na every Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Yan, ganun.
So, pero yung nung umpisa nung nag-umpisa pa lang kayo, may kaba ka rin ba?
Siyempre. Pero sabi, ang alam ko lang kasi, try lang naman habang may COVID, gano'n. Para malibang lang sila. Nung sabi ko ba, okay din naman kasi maraming nagre-request.
Okay.
Sabi ko, sige, kung may makukuha ka, try mo. Pero ang business, hindi yan laging panalo. Dapat,
Which is true.
yeah,
no?
dapat
Hindi-
handa ka doon.
Handa ka sa, kumbaga, sa roller coaster
Yes,
ride
roller
niya. Di ba?
coaster
Merong
talaga.
biglang magpipik siya, biglang bababa din siya. So, kinakailangan meron kang, kumbaga, buffer, di ba?
Yeah.
Doon sa sitwasyon na yun. Amir, now that it started, the ball is rolling now, do you think that you have actually achieved what your dream has been?
Not at all.
Okay.
I think I've only touched like 1% of the OFW in Hong Kong.
Okay.
I want to share my recipe with them. I want them to taste. I want them to know that this is we have Inasal finally in Hong Kong at a very affordable price. You don't have to go to other places, and of course they're also welcome to dine in. So we give them a nice place to eat as well.
Oh yeah, speaking about dine-in, there is a place in Soho, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the name of the place?
It's called Sobremesa
Uh-huh.
Tapas Bar and Restaurant.
Okay, so you're able to actually go there and eat it there.
Yes.
And exclusively only in Sobremesa.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So let me just go back a little bit, okay? A little bit of a rewind. Did you actually hit the spot right away when you started the mix?
Not no. We had so many failures when we were doing the food tasting.
Okay.
When I was speaking with the owner of Sobremesa, we had at least 4 or 5 times of food tasting, and I was like, no, ayun, that's the taste I want. Yes, that's the taste. And then we were doing the food tasting on the sauce as well, and the first few tries they were so sour.
Okay.
It's just I wanted to hit that the expectation I wanted before we start selling it, because I want it to be perfect.
Okay. So didn't you actually lose out of favor in telling yourself like, tama na, ayoko na.
I did.
Naka-4 na ako, naka-5 na ako. Ilang manok na itong kinatay ko. Ano?
They both know it. Actually, I told them many times, ayoko na. I actually want to give up.
Uh-huh.
And there was a really bad turning point for me where we stopped for a month, and I just said to myself, I'm not gonna do this anymore.
What triggered it back? Oh, I like that answer. That was deep. That was deep. What do you think?
My mom told me, why did you stop? You know, all the successful people, lalo in Philippines, in Pinas, they went through worse than me, and they never gave up, and they became successful. And that's the mindset I had to have. And my mom was actually mad when she said that. Yeah, don't believe her smiling face right now. She was pretty angry.
No, but that's the binding factor between a parent and a son. That can say how cohesive you are, kung gaano po kayo kalapit sa isa't isa. Kayo ma'am, ano yung feeling nyo na nung sinabi niya yun? Bago nyo po siya pagsabihan at kagaya nung sabi niya, wag pa daw paniwalaan yung ngiti nyo.
Actually, siyempre parang na-disappoint ako kasi kung talagang gusto mo yan, sabi ko, pag-aralan mo, pagluto pati, kasi kung ang negosyo mo, kailangan alam mo, just in case mawalan ka ng magluluto, ikaw talaga gagawa lahat yan, pati sa sauce, sa lahat. Ayaw niya na eh.
Pero yung ano yung sabi mo sa ano yung sinabi mo rin sa sarili mo na hindi pa pwede ito. Paano sort of sinabi sa kanya yon? Saan ho kayo na humugot ng lakas?
Sabi ko, lahat naman ng nagninegosyo, nag-uumpisa lahat yan
Sa mababa,
sa mababa. Sa mababa lahat. Tsaka huwag kang maghahanap na kita kagad. Talagang mataas yan. Tsaka matyaga. Tiyaga talaga.
So sabi nga natin, sa ilalim ka muna maghuhugas.
Tsaka maraming pagdadaanan pa.
Yun ang
And sabi ko rin sa kanya, kasi online ang selling nyo, may mga basher din dyan. So don't mind the basher. Sasabihin, ay hindi masarap, ay totong, yung sunog. Sasabihin mo na lang, sorry po, next time, ganun. Ganun lang.
Accept the unexpected.
Yeah.
Tama nga naman. Amir, what brought you Carlo into the picture?
So first and all, I needed to have someone by my side that I can trust, and I knew Carlo for a long time since we were working in Jardine. So we were in the Cebu Pacific team actually. So ever since we already been catering to the OFW, and then when I thought of who my partner should be, he just automatically comes into my mind because I saw how he is so polite. He's too polite, if you ask me. The way he gives his service to the customer, his passenger service to all the OFW, and I just knew he was the right person, someone I can trust. I have no doubt.
But isn't it difficult to bring in friendship into business?
It is. I know. I learned that the hard way. Actually, we had a couple arguments regarding the business, but The solution to that is you have to fix the problem on the same day. You don't go home with a heavy heart.
Nicely said. Carlo, your turn.
Yes. Well, yeah. There was ups and downs. Well, even ever since before when we were still working at the airport, and yeah, it's a normal thing basically. But yeah, I agree with him of how we solved the problem. Yeah, there are a couple of problems, and yes, we have to solve them within the day, so everything just goes smoothly and there's no heavy heart on it. Basically, it's business. I mean,
Mhm.
we both understood this, and
Yeah.
in my perspective, it is business.
Yeah.
You know,
Ika nga, walang personalan, trabaho lang.
walang personal
So you separate business with friendship.
with friendship.
And
Yes.
that's difficult, di ba? When you thread in the middle, there's a split between friendship and that. That's a thin line. That's a thin line that you can't cross. But it seems that you're making it work together.
Yeah.
We're doing our best.
Yeah,
Kuya
yeah.
Mike, yeah.
That's good. So what would you think for those people who are listening to us right now? What do you think that makes both of you click?
Well, the trust actually. I think that's the very number. That's the number one thing. Is when it comes to like partnership and mixing business and friendship together. Trust is the number one thing that really clicks into this business basically. Yeah, I would say.
If I would ask you to describe your mom right now, Amir,
The best.
2 words.
The best.
The best.
The best. Because honestly, growing up, my father left.
Yeah.
My mom's a single mom. I couldn't ask for much for something better. She's the best. She's been there the whole time. She didn't have a work. She didn't have a job while raising me. So I can. Back then, I think I was just very naive. I couldn't see how hard it is for her. But now that I'm growing up, I can see how hard it is. And grabe talaga.
I remember on the first time we met, you said something that hit me. And let me repeat what you said. That you and your mom will be together forever. That was something really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say that?
Because she was there for me when my father wasn't. So she had to handle the job of a father and a mother. And I felt like, I saw how other children treat their parents, and that's not the way they should be doing it. And they're leaving their mom when they get married, they're leaving their moms, and I don't know, they're putting them in shelters, or best scenario, they buy them a house and leave them alone. But who's gonna take care of them? They obviously they get older, they forget things, and they forget how to take care of themselves. And I want to be there
Okay.
when
Nay,
that happens.
how do you feel? Naririnig mo yun ngayon.
Parang ano.
Parang maalala mo kaya?
Oo, nagulat ako doon.
No, how do you feel now kasi ano to, sabi ko nga, careful. So, ano yung pakiramdam mo?
Siyempre, masaya ako na ngayon ko lang narinig yun hindi ko alam yun. Na ganun, masaya ako. Tsaka nakita naman nila, lagi ko sinasabi sa kanila na nakita nyo ko na single mom, pinalaki ko kayo. Dapat strong din kayo. Hindi yung, katulad yan sa business. Ang problema talaga dumarating. Pero dapat hinaharap. Yan ang lagi ko sinasabi sa kanya. Huwag kang give up.
Wow.
Di ba?
Unbelievable. Well, thank you very much sa inyong tatlo. Sa mga kasama po natin na nakikinig at mga kasama po natin sa araw na ito, you've heard the people behind Chi-Khan Inasal. It's an opportunity to actually taste what it is like for Chi-Khan Inasal. It's fantabulous. Si Jean, the first time that she had it, kung matatandaan niyo po, di ba? Pag sa programa namin, pag happy yan, kumakanta po ng Alleluia yan. Yung Alleluia po na yon, sumobra po. It went beyond. So if you'd like to find out more, we'll tell you more on the information later on. Again, this is not just about the chicken. This is about family, friendship, and a whole great business. Huwag po kayong alis. More to come. Dito lamang sa ating PTS Online. Bye!
Bye.